17-year-old Daniel Harper counted his tips 3 times before walking into the small, roadside diner on Maple Street. $42. That was everything he had earned after 2 long shifts washing dishes. It was supposed to help pay for his mother's medication. But tonight, she had insisted he eat something warm, instead of surviving on instant noodles again. The diner was nearly empty when Daniel noticed them, an elderly couple sitting quietly in the corner booth. The man's hands trembled as he tried to read the menu. The woman whispered something, and Daniel overheard just enough. "We can share one soup, Harold." "It's enough." Daniel felt something twist in his chest. He knew that tone, the careful voice of someone pretending not to be hungry. When the waitress brought their bill, Daniel saw the woman counting coins from a tiny change purse. She was short, by a few dollars. Without thinking, Daniel walked to the counter and slid his crumpled bills forward. "I've got it," he said softly. "Please don't tell them." The waitress stared at him. "Are you sure?" He nodded. "They remind me of my grandparents." Daniel left before they could see him, stepping into the cold night with only $3 left in his pocket. The next morning, Daniel was called into the principal's office at school. His stomach dropped. Had he done something wrong? Instead, he saw the same elderly couple sitting there, but they looked very different. The trembling man stood tall now, his posture confident. A sleek black SUV was visible through the window. "Daniel," the woman said warmly, "we owe you a thank you." Confused, Daniel shook his head. It was just dinner. The man smiled. "No, son. It was dignity." They introduced themselves as Margaret and Harold Whitmore, founders of one of the largest tech investment firms in the state. The frail act from the night before had been unintentional. Harold had been recovering from surgery, and they had decided to stop at the small diner without their security detail. "We've spent our lives building companies," Margaret said. "But last night, a boy with almost nothing gave more than most wealthy men ever have." Daniel felt his face burn. "I didn't know who you were." "That's exactly why it matters," Harold replied. Within weeks, Daniel received a full academic scholarship funded by the Whitmore Foundation. His mother's medical bills were quietly taken care of. He was offered mentorship, internships, and something even greater, belief. Years later, at his college graduation, Daniel stood at the podium. "I once paid for a meal I couldn't afford," he told the crowd. "And in return, I was given a future I never imagined. But the truth is, I didn't change their lives. They changed mine." In the front row, Margaret squeezed Harold's hand, tears shining in her eyes. Because sometimes the smallest act of kindness doesn't just pay a bill, it rewrites a destiny.